Almost unnoticed, consumerism has become our principal pastime, our zeitgeist, our ideology, all rolled into one. It's a very seductive idea. But it's also...
Humans are greedy by nature. Our wants are never satisfied. Whether it's cars,
here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
Jewelry, bags, footwear.
Whoa. Wow. How many pairs of shoes do you think you've got?
Possibly 1,000 now.
1,000 pairs of shoes!
And we want the best of the best. No matter what, we'd always find a reason to consume, to buy, to enjoy that temporary pleasure. And that's where the problem arises. We become materialistic. Does your neighbor drives a better car than you?
Yes, this is my brand new McLaren.
Does your neighbor have a better and bigger house than yours?
Here we are, my brand new home.
What about your friends?
A couple people in the car.
Do they drive a fancy car?
Oh yeah.
If you're living in a highly affluent neighborhood, then you are more likely to spend compulsively. Consequently, you would unknowingly create a desire to have all that you don't currently have.
Nigga, we getting more money than you, man.
You see, people who live in more affluent areas are more vulnerable to this implicit social comparison. If you see other people spending a lot of money, you feed a need to live up to that standard.
How much money you make?
I don't know, 70,000 last month. I'm serious.
Because of this, you end up buying a lot of material items, typically on impulse, even though they don't make you happier. Think about it, if someone is bombarded with images or reminders of wealth, or neighbors driving luxury cars, they're likely to feel a need to spend money they may not have to project an image of wealth they don't possess. Let me give you an example. The people you hang out with and the people you compare yourself with matters. If you come from a humble background and you start hanging out with ridiculously rich people, then it's highly possible that you will get influenced by it and will start visualizing yourself having those things. And then when you have the money, you will buy the stuff you don't need just to fit in and try to match up to their level. And in worst case scenario, people even take loans and are willing to get into debt just to show the world how great their life is.
22,000. I think I'm worth negative 24,000. 26,000. 28,000. 30,000. Somewhere in like the 30,000.
I don't think it's wrong to say that with a lot of money comes a lot of stress and a lot of responsibility and a lot of unnecessary items too. Even I was a victim of this materialist culture, and it consumed me. Fancy cars, luxury watches, designer shoes were my thing. Until I started questioning myself and my desire to buy those luxury items, which were selling for unjustifiable price. Now let's move on to the other chapter and figure out why materialism is unhealthy. Materialists compared to non-materialists have
depression, anxiety, and substance abuse also tend to be higher among people who value the aims encouraged by consumer society.
The problem with people nowadays is that as soon as they get the paycheck, they start spending it and save whatever is left, or not even save at all. Every month, car brands come up with updated version of their cars just by adding 1 or 2 features that we don't even need, but there's always someone who's willing to pay the price for it, and that might be you as well. People buy these kind of things just to have a sense of relief that they have the latest version of that model from that brand, and that is not just with cars but also other products, whether it be buying special edition or limited edition sneakers, bags or watches, just so that they have an edge over their friends, colleagues or acquaintances. Having such kind of attitude is socially destructive and self-destructive, or shall I say a perfect recipe to disaster. The problem is that sometimes you start believing that pursuing material possessions will gain you status and admiration while also improving your social relationship. Hence you start buying stuff that you don't need, emptying your pockets to satisfy your insecurities. But it seems to have exactly the opposite effect. After making the purchase, you feel happy for few days or even months, but then the happiness starts diminishing and fades away, consequently making you feel miserable again. This is really problematic because we know that having quality social relationship is one of the best predictors of happiness, health and well-being. You see, material possessions don't provide as much enduring happiness as the pursuit of experiences. And this is absolutely true because even I have experienced the same. That's why I have started valuing experiences over buying items. Various studies found out that only investing in material possessions make us less happy than investing in life experiences, making us less popular among our peers as well, in some cases even resulting in hatred. Materialism forces us into comparison with the possession of others, and there is no end to it. For example, if you have 4 Rolexes while another has 5, you are a Rolex short of contentment. The material pursuit of self-esteem reduces your self-esteem. And let's be honest, we all know how cruel the comparison game is, and most of us are more inclined toward the unhealthy way of comparing ourselves to others. And guess what? Teenagers, kids, young adults are more likely to believe that success can only be achieved by buying and accumulating more than what you need.
Golden ticket! I want my golden ticket!
It really boggles my mind that so many people are willing to go into debt just to pretend that they are living their life to the fullest and faking it all. Researchers also found out that people who were repeatedly exposed to images of luxury goods experienced immediate but temporary increases in material aspiration, anxiety, and depression. They also became more competitive and more selfish, had a reduced sense of social responsibility, and were less inclined to join in demanding social activities. They said continuous bombardment of such images through advertisements triggered people into making a purchase. Hence why advertisers spend billions yearly just to ensure that you still remember their product and are willing to buy their product.
Advertising hoardings, billboards, newspapers, magazines, the TV, we are bombarded day in, day out by these advertising messages.
The worst mistake you can make is to believe that more money and stuff will improve your well-being. Look, to some extent, most of us participate in this consumer culture and value material possessions, and that's perfectly fine. But in excess, materialism can take a toll on your well-being, relationship, and quality of life. So if you are a materialist, then you are more likely to experience depression, stress, low quality social relationship, and have fewer and less satisfying friendship, less satisfaction.
Scientists have found that materialistic values and pro-social values are like a seesaw. As materialistic values go up, pro-social values tend to go down. This helps explain why people act in less empathic, generous, and cooperative ways when money is on their minds.
So how can you save yourself from falling into this trap? So these are some highly effective solutions that worked for me, and I'm pretty sure it will work for you as well. So instead of impulsively buying stuff, just allow yourself few days of time to normalize your excitement level, and just ask yourself questions like, do I really need this? How often am I going to use this? Why does this cost so much? Asking yourself such constructive questions really help in minimizing unnecessary purchases. Also, just think about the time and the energy you have put into making that much money to buy something that you don't need to impress people you dislike. Or maybe you bought that to seek validation. You know who's the actual one who is benefiting from your purchase? The seller, the brand itself. They are the ones making money from your purchase, and they will do whatever it takes to convince you to buy those products over and over again from them.
And everything is done to persuade us to go and consume more.
Look, there's nothing wrong in buying things you really want, and why not, as you have worked so hard and you deserve it. But the problem comes when you buy stuff to seek validation, to impress people, to show the world that you have made it big in your life. To be honest, most of them don't care, as they aren't benefiting anything from seeing how cool lifestyle you have. Rather, they might even start hating you because of jealousy. Now that is toxic. After doing my research and watching loads of videos, I found out that more and more people are understanding this and are investing more in experiences rather than accumulating unnecessary items. I've come to this realization that experiences are truly enriching than buying items. Ask yourself before getting carried away by people's glamorous lifestyle. Like, who is funding their lifestyle? How are they really making that much? In life, don't believe anything blindly. Do some fact-checking, research, and use common sense. Trying to have a happier life by the acquisition of material possession is probably not a wise decision. Guys, you need to understand that happiness derived from buying new products are short-lived. Buying ridiculously expensive products makes absolutely no sense.
It is already sold for $19 million.
When you can buy good quality stuff at a decent price without burning your pockets. And remember, money itself is not the problem, but rather the continual striving for greater wealth and more possession is the problem. I hope I provided some solid information in this video. My main motive was only to create awareness about materialism. As it's my first video, it took me a lot of courage to upload this. As I was constantly battling with my thoughts and it wasn't easy, but I did it anyway because my inner voice kept on telling me that I should give it a shot, and I did. So if you like the video, I would highly appreciate if you could please like the video and subscribe to my channel, and if not, just let me know in the comment section